Oliver Stone here for Town Square Media, KTM News Radio 1400. We've been called out to the Village at Meadowbend Apartments, and we're here at apartment 4203. Miss Catherine Douglas is here, and she called us out today because she has some major damage in her home. And how long has this damage been here?
It's been going on almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So, she just described it. I haven't seen it yet, but after you, ma'am. After you.
Alrighty. Take a deep breath. This is my living room, and we're gonna go into the lovely kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And you said this is for 2 weeks?
Yes, this has been going on for about 2 weeks now. The first day it happened on the 13th. My daughter called me at work and told me, Mom, there was a waterfall coming out of the ceiling. So I rushed home, and there was water coming out of this light fixture, water coming out of my AC vent, and just water pouring right out of this section right here. So this was the first section that it happened in. My whole floor was covered in water all the way to my stairs. So I called maintenance, and they came out here. They looked at it. They were like, oh, wow, okay, let's get somebody to come out here and suck up the water. So they did, and they sucked the water up. They told me that I had to wait 2 or 3 days for the sheetrock to dry, and then they would come and replace it. They then went upstairs and ripped up all my carpet and put 3 fans in under the carpet to blow. Keep in mind, winter, what was it, a winter freeze was coming in that
when the
week.
weather was pretty frigid at that time.
These fans are blowing cold air on top of this winter freeze. So I got 3 fans blowing under my carpet, plus I got this open, and the air is coming in. On
top of the fact that you have your 2 kids here with you as well.
I have a son with asthma, and I have psoriasis, so it doesn't take much for me to flare up. So I immediately got my kids out of here and took them out of town, came back home, stayed here. On that Sunday morning, I woke up to my smoke alarms going off. I thought it was a fire. I walked out of my room and felt water, and I was like, oh my God. So I could hear the water while I was coming down the stairs. As I was coming down the stairs, I seen the water. It came about right up to here on my stairs, and I was like, I'm not walking down the stairs. So I called the maintenance people, and they came, and he didn't come in the house. He stood at the door and got on the phone. I called the fire department. The fire department came out here, and they came in and turned the breaker off and told the maintenance man they need to have somebody come in here and suck all this water back up again, which they did, and that was it with that. The maintenance man stayed outside in his truck on the phone, I guess, with the manager for about a good hour. He never came in the house. Then he finally came back in, and he said that there was nothing else they could do for me today. You know, it's considered livable. I should be okay.
Wait, hold on. Excuse me. Did we say that this is considered livable?
Yes.
This is supposed to be inhabitable. A huge hole in basically your dining room, the kitchen area.
Yes.
And you can kind of see from the water, you got some little molding and mildew action going on up here as well. Like, this is like complete, utter, like, monstrosity. Like, and like to reiterate, you know, you got two kids that have to live. You said asthma, and then your psoriasis, like that's.
Yeah.
And basically the people at the Village of Meadowbend are telling you that this is supposed.
My son, this will not affect my son's asthma at all. So, let me see, let me think. So, that was on that day. So then, later on that day, some more of the plywood fell down. So I had to call the maintenance man back. So he came and he cut from here to here so that the rest of it wouldn't fall down on my head. As you can see, there's mold already growing all right here, all up in here, and they're gonna have to come in here and cut all of this out and put it all back up, because I guarantee you there's mold all in the back. Yes. And then they came in and they got all the water up. They left. I'm steady asking the maintenance man, can I please speak to the manager? He's telling me, no, you can't. I can't give you her phone number, but I can have her to call you. I was like, okay. She never called. I had not seen this woman until yesterday when I went up there.
And this, you said yesterday, and this had already been going on about 2 weeks.
Yes. Yesterday, I went in there and I asked her, how much longer do I have to wait? Like, how much longer do I have to wait on y'all to come and fix this? And yes, I was very upset, very upset, because my kids and I are sleeping in my room with a towel underneath the door, 2 humidifiers going on, trying to stay warm, and it's freezing cold down here. And I still have to cook and do everything that I'm supposed to do with this hole up here.
And they're expecting you to pay rent and whatnot for something that they consider to be inhabitable. I'm not going to lie. I, by far, in the slightest, would not consider this an inhabitable residence.
Yes. They want me to pay rent. And so I went and I called my Section 8. And they came out and inspected. And the inspection failed. They said this was not livable. I couldn't live here. Same with the fire department told me to get out of here because of the mildew. And they told me that they terminated my lease and that I could leave at any time, stay here as long as I needed to, and that I did not have to contact the village of Meadowbend and let them know when I was leaving, because they have not been contacting me, even check on me to see if we done froze to death.
To even think that a leasing office would let you go and think that this is inhabitable, first off, once again, and then also to not even contact you and make sure that you're okay. And while you're attempting to reach out to them and no one's giving you any feedback or anything, it's mind-blowing. Like, it's really like, really, you're going to expect one of your tenants that pays their rent and everything and expected them to live like this? And obviously it doesn't seem like they've made any fast actions. Like you said, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure you probably have asked, could we move to another unit or something?
I asked if we can move to another unit. If you can put us in a hotel, help me pay half of a hotel, something. Do something. Because this is not right. And I told them that I was not leaving that office until they did something. Then they threatened to call the police and remove me from the office. So I sat down and I waited. And 30 minutes went by and I asked her, where are the police? She said, well, I thought you would have left by now because I didn't think you would want to go to jail. I said, I'm not going to go to jail. No. I want you to call the police so they can come see how you got me living. So the police officer came in here and he just stood here and shook his head. He shook his head. So
they threw a false threat at you.
Yes.
Thinking that it was going to cause you to leave. So they didn't have to deal with it. So they really called the police. And the police basically came in and agreed with you and was on your side. Yeah. Like, yeah, you have a right to be angry and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is, like I said, this is how we've been living. And I've tried to cover it up, and there's nothing to cover it up.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing that it's going to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, as far as you told me, I know single mother, 2 kids, you work multiple jobs, you're going to school and everything. I'm definitely, with everything that I can do, and I know the community, we can definitely do something to get some better living arrangements for you. So,
yes.
Wow.
Spread the word, guys, because I am not the only one out here living like this. I'm just the only one out here using my voice because I'm not scared. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't even know if when I wake up in the morning if the water's gonna be on the floor. You know, this just fell down today.
Oh wow! So that was that's new.
Today.
So I guess all this other than being cleaned up, and then that is just from today.
So I called and asked them because I wasn't gonna clean up anything in here. Yeah. Because I felt like they needed to come clean up the sheetrock because it covered up my whole living room and everything. I wake up in the morning and they had this bucket and this mop on my front porch.
So that's
for me to clean it up.
Oh, whoa. So they didn't clean up and leave. They left that at the front door for you.
My front door didn't knock or nothing because I was at home. Left it at my front door for me to clean it up. So I had to clean it up because I had to bring my kids back home because they had to go to school. Yes.
Wow, that's.
Yes.
Well, hey. Well, I mean, we definitely need to get something done about this here in the Temple community, y'all. You know, we're a tight-knit community here, and we can't have one of our own living in conditions like these. And then to the people obviously running Village at Meadowbend, or the people, their superiors, like, you got to do something. There's no reason somebody should be living in these conditions for even a day or two. She said 2 weeks.
The Cesar Chavez Foundation has been contacted, and that is who is over the Village of Meadowbends, and they said that they wouldn't put me in a hotel. They said they wouldn't put me in an apartment because I would have to sign a whole new lease.
So just to stay. Just so they're trying to recertify you. Yes. Rather than just, you're already a resident here, rather than just putting you in a new place that you and your family don't have to worry about, you know, waking up to wet floors and, you know, sheetrock falling and whatnot.
Yeah, that I would have to get recertified into a unit that I would qualify for just until they fix this. Wow. Which would have only taken a week to fix. But you see, the only thing up here is sheetrock. Yeah. There's nothing protecting the sheetrock. Any little bit of water would have knocked that down.
Definitely.
The unit is not built right to begin with.
Yeah, that's terrible. This is madness at its finest, y'all. Well, Catherine, I know we're going to do everything in our power to get the word out for you, because like I said, no one should be living in these conditions, especially when they're, you know, hardworking ladies such as yourself. And, you know, I know you pay your rent and everything. Yes. Like, no one deserves to live like this. And especially for your kids. I mean, that would be just the worst thing, something to happen to them. So, all right. Well, Oliver Stone here for Town Square Media, KTM News Radio 1400. And Catherine, we are going to get the word out for you.
Alrighty, thank you.
Oliver Stone here for KTM News Radio 1400. You know, earlier we were out at the Village of Meadowbend apartment complex with the Catherine Douglas story. We attempted to contact management and no one was available for us to contact to on this Wednesday afternoon. But as soon as we get more information, we will definitely update you.